Hello guys, it's 2025 and everyone is talking about AI agents as if they are this magical solution to all of our problems. In fact, if you go over YouTube page or any other social media platform, you can find hundreds of tutorials that will show you how to build such systems. So it seems like we've got that figured out. But if that's true, let me ask you a question. Why can't we click a button and have the perfectly working AI assistant similar to Jarvis? Well, the short answer is because it's hard to build such systems that will work at big scale. And this video is for you if you're looking for a tested and working ways of building LLM-powered applications, but, well, basically without the hype. My name is Michael Kurkowski. I'm working as AI tech lead, and over the last years, together with my colleagues, I've built dozens of AI-powered systems. What I've learned over the last years will help you avoid mistakes you do if you decide to build such systems like everyone on YouTube is doing. So if you want to get ahead, stick till the end of the video. Okay, so here's the plan for this video. First, we'll make sure that we speak the same language. We'll define the AI agents and AI workflows and basically compare them. Then I will show you the 6 most important and most commonly used patterns to build AI-powered solutions, and I will show them from the easiest one to the most complex. AI agents and AI workflows. These are two different approaches to building LLM-powered solutions, and we really should start with definitions here. So I'm going to give you definitions from the blog post published by Anthropic in December 2024 called Building Effective AI, Building Effective Agents. And basically, this article is down-to-earth approach to building such systems. So workflows are systems where LLMs and tools are orchestrated through predefined code paths, while agents, on the other hand, are systems where LLMs dynamically direct their own processes and tool usage, maintaining control over how they accomplish this task. When it comes to workflows, it's all about understanding the process you want to automate. You want to divide the process into the steps that will be programmed into your system. And basically, those steps are the path the AI has to follow to accomplish the task. When it comes to AI agents, we don't focus on paths or processes and so on. What we do is we put a lot of faith that LLM is intelligent enough and creative enough to handle any task with the tools we provide AI to use. So that's the difference. Really short example here. Let's imagine we're building AI assistant for e-commerce. And if we decide to go with AI workflows, we have to put a little bit of time upfront to figure out all the problems our assistant has to be able to solve and how to do it. Then we put it into the code and AI will follow the predefined paths. If we decide to go with agents, we don't worry about this part. What we worry about is what set of tools this agent should have access to accomplish any task your customers may want to basically ask to do it. Let's compare. Predictability for AI agents is really low, and it's because these systems are basically black boxes, and we don't have any idea how the systems will behave or solve any given task. With AI workflows, on the other hand, we really do know how the systems will behave, and it's because of those predefined paths. When it comes to latency, AI agents need a lot of time to figure out the final response. And with AI workflows, in most cases, it's much faster. When it comes to token usage, AI agents produce and consume a lot of information to figure out the stuff. So they will use much more tokens and be much more expensive than AI workflows. But where the AI agents shine is the complexity of the task that those systems can solve, and it's because of the flexibility and the lack of these predefined paths that let these systems figure out and adapt to any given situations. And this is not the case for AI workflows. So with this knowledge, let's proceed to the part 2. Hopefully you understand the differences between AI workflows and AI agents. And it's time to show you the 6 most commonly used patterns to build such systems. And we'll start from the easiest one to the most complex one. And it's important to mention that with AI-powered solutions, the complexity of such systems is not measured by the number of lines you have to write. The complexity lies in making these systems ready to be placed in a production. So basically the stability, predictability, and so on. Okay, so the first pattern is prompt chaining. And basically it's the purest form of AI workflow you can use. And idea is quite simple. You break down the process into sequence of steps, and it works because LLM performs really good if you give it a really precise, easy to accomplish task. So we leverage that, and in many cases we can get really good results. The trade-off here is the latency. So depending on the size of your chain, you might wait quite a bit for the final results, but it's still faster than AI agents. And important thing to mention here is the gate. And basically that's the logic that can be performed by LLM or by your code that will stop the execution of the chain. In some cases, it's really useful. Okay, so the next pattern is the natural evolution of the previous one. And it answers the trade-off of the prompt chaining. It basically makes execution time much faster. The core idea here is that you can split the path into few lines and execute few nodes at the same time and combine the results, uh, for example, in the final node. And the trade-off here is none, basically, because you use the same pattern as before, but optimize it for the time performance. Okay, so routing, the third pattern, which is really powerful and really easy to understand and implement. Basically, what we do here is we ask LLM which path should it take to finish the task based on some conditions, and then we proceed with the selected path. And to be honest, it's starting to be a little bit of gray area between AI agents and AI workflows, but since we executing the predefined paths anyway, we call it a workflow pattern. Okay, so the next pattern orchestrator is where things are getting interesting. We're starting to use a little bit of creativity and adaptability of LLM's models. And the core idea here is that we've got the orchestrator LLM that can create a number of workers that will use predefined paths to accomplish tasks. But the twist here is that each of these workers can be configured by this orchestrator uh, model. And this is where this adaptability comes to life. So let me give you an example. This pattern is widely used in deep research like assistant, where we want to basically find information on given topic from many different perspectives, but we don't know this perspectives upfront basically. So this is where LM can figure out what are the best perspectives, what are the appropriate number of such workers, etc. So the next one will make your final response more refined and more accurate. You put LLM at the end of your chain and you ask it to score the final response based on given criteria. And if it passed the threshold, you show the final result to user. But if LLM will have some feedback that you should change something, you go back into the process, and with this additional feedback, you hope that the final response will be much better. It's important to mention here that this evaluator optimizer is working in a loop, and it's good to place some set number of maximum repetitions so you don't wait ages for the final response. Final one is finally the pattern for AI agents, and it's called the augmented LLM. Honestly, this one is the most complex, and it's because it's really hard to predict its behavior. evaluate it and make it consistent with similar inputs. But the idea here is that we've got LLM that is augmented with retrieval, which is access to external data sources, with some tools that are additional scripts that LLM can use to accomplish some tasks, and basically the memory where it can write some observations and read from it. And the idea with memory is that it will work better over time if we put a lot of effort to make this memory works good. So basically, this pattern is all about faith that LLM will figure out the best way to use those tools, retrieval, and memory to accomplish a given task. Okay, so we've got 6 patterns discussed, and let me give you some guidelines when and where should we use which pattern. So the golden rule here is to start as simple as possible. So if you can define the process LLM should follow, you should always start with AI workflows and stick to it. If that's not the case for you, then well, you've got a big challenge ahead, and you should dive deeper into the AI agents architectures to figure out the best approaches, and we'll discuss it in the future videos. But also I should mention that in many cases single LLM call is really powerful, and if you work really hard on your prompts, you can accomplish many things with just one single inference. So guys, thanks for watching. It means a lot to me that you stick till the end, and I hope that this video made it really clear for you what are the differences between AI workflows and agentic systems, and you know which pattern to use in your own applications. In the next video, we're going to build such these patterns in LangGraph. So I hope to see you there. So until the next time, cheers.